Let me ask you something. What if I told you that the key to unlocking your full potential, your success, your happiness comes down to 4 things? 4 simple things that most people overlook every single day: your mouth, your mood, your money, and your mind. The words we speak hold more power than we often realize. They can uplift or tear down, encourage or discourage, heal or wound. Every time we open our mouths, we have the opportunity to either build bridges or burn them. Words once spoken cannot be taken back. They have the ability to linger, echoing in someone's heart and mind long after the conversation is over. It's this permanence that makes mastering our mouth so crucial. The question is, are we using our words to create a positive legacy, or are we allowing careless speech to cause harm? Imagine a moment of frustration. A disagreement spirals into raised voices, sharp retorts, and cutting remarks. It's easy to give in to those moments, isn't it? But here's the thing: the damage caused by a reckless tongue can take years to repair, if it ever gets repaired at all. That's because words aren't just sounds, they carry weight. They can pierce the soul deeper than actions sometimes can. Whether it's a snide comment, a sarcastic jab, or an angry outburst, our words have the potential to leave scars. But on the flip side, when we choose our words carefully, when we speak with kindness, patience, and intention, we can create connections that are stronger than steel. Controlling our mouth starts with self-awareness. Why do we say the things we do? Often it's a reaction to how we feel in the moment. Maybe we're angry, stressed, or overwhelmed, and instead of pausing, we lash out. But reacting impulsively only gives power to the chaos. To master your mouth, you have to learn to pause before you speak. That pause is where the magic happens, is where you choose whether your words will hurt or heal. In those seconds, you can decide to let wisdom guide you instead of emotion. But controlling your words isn't just about avoiding conflict. It's also about being intentional in the way you communicate. Compliments, encouragement, and kind words may seem small, but they have the power to transform someone's day or even their life. Think about the last time someone genuinely complimented you or encouraged you. Didn't it feel like a spark of light in your day? You have that same power within you. Oh, simple thank you, I appreciate you, or I believe in you can ripple outward, creating positivity that goes far beyond the immediate moment. And it's not just about how you speak to others, it's also about how you speak to yourself. The words you say to yourself in the quiet moments can shape your confidence, your attitude, and your potential. If you constantly tell yourself, I'm not good enough, or I always mess up, you're planting seeds of doubt in your mind. But when you choose words like I'm capable, or I'll figure this out, you're bringing yourself to rise above challenges. Self-talk matters because your words create your reality. It's worth noting that controlling your mouth doesn't mean silencing yourself or avoiding difficult conversations. Sometimes speaking up is necessary even when it's uncomfortable. The key is to approach moments with respect and clarity. Instead of blaming or accusing, focus on expressing how you feel and what you need. For example, instead of saying, you never listen to me try, I feel unheard, and I'd like us to work on improving our communication. The tone and choice of words can completely change the outcome of a conversation. This doesn't happen overnight. Like any skill, mastering mouth takes practice. Start by observing how you speak throughout the day. Are there patterns of negativity, sarcasm, or impatience? Do you interrupt others, or do you really listen before responding? Awareness is the first step to change. Once you're aware, begin to practice replacing negative speech with positive or constructive words. It might feel awkward at first, but over time, it becomes second nature. Another powerful tool is silence. Not every situation requires a response. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is to remain silent and let the moment pass. Silence isn't weakness, it's wisdom. It shows that you're in control, not your emotions. When you master your mouth, you're not just improving your relationships with others, you're also creating a sense of inner peace. There's a unique freedom that comes from knowing you're not at the mercy of impulsive words. You gain the ability to navigate conflicts with grace, build deeper connections, and speak with purpose. In the end, the words you choose reflect who you are. They're a mirror of your values, your self-control, and your mindset. So the next time you're tempted to speak without thinking, pause. Ask yourself, will this uplift or tear down? Will this bring peace or conflict? Because your words don't just leave an impression, they leave a legacy. And you get to choose what that legacy will be. Your mood is one of the most powerful forces in your life, yet it is also one of the most difficult to control. It influences your decisions, your relationships, and even your ability to think clearly. But here's the truth. Allowing your mood to dictate your actions is like handing the steering wheel of your life to a storm. The key to lasting success, peace, and fulfillment lies in learning to manage your emotions rather than being controlled by them. Think about how often a bad mood can derail your day. Maybe it starts with a small annoyance, a rude comment, a missed deadline, or even just a traffic jam. That one moment triggers frustration, which then colors everything else. Suddenly you're snapping at people, struggling to focus, and feeling overwhelmed. A single unchecked emotion can cascade into a series of poor decisions and unnecessary stress. The problem is that most people treat their mood as something that happens to them as though they're powerless to change it. But that's not true. Your mood isn't just something you endure, it's something you can influence. It starts with recognizing that your emotions are signals, not dictators. They're there to tell you something, but they don't have to control how you respond. One of the first steps to mastering your mood is becoming aware of your emotional triggers. What sets you off? What makes you feel angry, sad, or anxious? The more you understand what affects you, the more prepared you'll be to handle those moments when they arise. For example, if you know that rushing in the morning stresses you out, you can plan ahead to give yourself more time. If you notice that certain conversations leave you feeling drained, you can set boundaries to protect your energy. Once you've identified your triggers, the next step is to develop strategies for managing your mood in the moment. One of the most effective tools is the power of the pause. When you feel yourself becoming overwhelmed or upset, take a moment to breathe. Literally, deep, intentional breaths can help calm your nervous system and create space between your emotions and your actions. In that pause, ask yourself, what do I need right now? What's the best way to handle this? This simple practice can prevent you from reacting impulsively and making choices you'll regret later. Another key to managing your mood is to shift your perspective. Emotions often feel overwhelming because we focus too much on what's wrong and not enough on what's within our control. When you're in a negative state of mind, try reframing the situation. Instead of thinking this is a disaster, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I grow? This shift doesn't deny the reality of the challenge, but helps you see it in a way that empowers you rather than drains you. It's also important to remember that your mood is closely tied to your habits and environment. Small daily actions can have a big impact on how you feel. For instance, getting enough sleep, eating well, and staying active all contribute to emotional resilience. Surrounding yourself with positive, supportive people can also help you maintain a stable and optimistic outlook. On the other hand, if you're constantly exposing yourself to negativity, whether it's through social media, toxic relationships, or bad habits, you're setting yourself up for emotional turmoil. While managing your mood is essential, it doesn't mean suppressing or ignoring your emotions. In fact, denying how you feel often makes things worse. The goal isn't to pretend you're happy when you're not. It's to acknowledge your feelings without letting them control you. This might mean giving yourself permission to feel sadness, anger, or frustration, but then choosing how to move forward. Journaling, talking to a trusted friend, or seeking professional help can all be valuable ways to process your emotions in a healthy way. Over time, mastering your mood becomes a habit. You start to notice that you're more patient in challenging situations and more optimistic in the face of setbacks, and more confident in your ability to whatever comes your way. You realize that your emotions, while powerful, are not permanent. They come and go like waves, and you have the strength to ride them without being swept away. The impact of controlling your mood goes beyond just your personal well-being. It also affects how you interact with others. When you're in control of your emotions, you're better equipped to listen, empathize, and communicate effectively. You become someone others can rely on, someone who brings calm and clarity instead of chaos. Ultimately, learning to manage your mood is about reclaiming your power. It's about choosing to respond to life with intention rather than reacting out of impulse. Yes, life will throw challenges your way, and yes, there will be moments when emotions feel overwhelming. But you have the ability to rise above those moments. You have the strength to lead your emotions instead of letting them lead you. And when you do, you'll find a sense of peace and purpose that no mood swing can ever take away. Money is one of the most misunderstood and mismanaged aspects of life. It's not just about having and not having, it's about how you control it. Money has a unique way of revealing who you are, magnifying your habits and exposing your priorities. For some, it's a tool for freedom and opportunity. For others, it becomes a source of stress, conflict, or even destruction. The difference lies in one simple truth: money must be managed or it will manage you. Many people approach money emotionally rather than strategically. They spend impulsively, save sporadically, and hope that somehow things will work out. But here's the reality: if you don't tell your money where to go, you'll always wonder where it went. Financial control isn't about being rich, it's about being intentional. No matter how much or how little you earn, the key to financial peace is learning to take charge of every dollar that flows through your hands. The first step in mastering your money is understanding your relationship with it. For some, money represents security. For others, it's about status or comfort. Knowing what money means to you helps you recognize the habits and emotions that drive your decisions. For example, if you associate money with security, you might be overly cautious, missing opportunities for growth. If you tie money to status, you may overspend to keep up appearances. By identifying these patterns, you can start making decisions based on values and goals rather than fears or desires. Budget is one of the most powerful tools for controlling your money. Many people shy away from the word budget because it sounds restrictive, but in reality, a budget is about freedom. It's not about saying no to everything, it's about deciding what's truly important and allocating your resources accordingly. A good budget doesn't just track your spending, it reflects your priorities. It ensures that your needs are met, your future is secure, and there's still room for the things that bring you joy. Saving is another critical component of financial control. Life is unpredictable, and having a safety net can mean the difference between minor inconvenience and a major crisis. Whether it's an unexpected medical bill, a car repair, or job loss, an emergency fund provides the peace of mind to handle life's curveballs without falling into debt. Saving isn't just about emergencies, though it's also about opportunities. When you save consistently, you position yourself to take advantage of possibilities that might otherwise be out of reach, like investing, starting a business, or taking a dream vacation. Speaking of debt, it's one of the biggest obstacles to financial control. Debt inherently bad sometimes is necessary to borrow for things like education, a home, or starting a business. The problem arises when debt becomes a habit rather than a tool. High-interest credit cards, payday loans, and other forms of consumer debt can quickly spiral out of control, leaving you trapped in a cycle of payments that consume your income and limit your options. Getting out of debt requires discipline, sacrifice, and a clear plan. But the freedom that comes with being debt-free is worth every bit of effort. Investing is where money management transforms into wealth building. Once you've established a solid financial foundation through budgeting, saving and paying off debt, you can start putting your money to work. Investing isn't just for the wealthy, it's for anyone who wants to grow their resources over time. Whether it's through stocks, real estate, or other avenues, investing allows your money to multiply, creating opportunities for long-term financial security and independence. It's also important to recognize the emotional side of money. Financial stress can take a toll on your mental health, your relationships, and your overall sense of well-being. Learning to manage your emotions around money is just as important as managing the money itself. For instance, instead of feeling guilty about past mistakes, on the steps you can take to improve your situation moving forward. Instead of comparing yourself to others, measure your progress against your own goals. Generosity is another often overlooked aspect of financial control. When you manage your money well, you have the capacity to give to help others, support causes you care about, and make a difference in the world. Generosity doesn't have to be grand. Even small acts of giving can create a ripple effect of positivity. And here's the irony: the more you give, the more you often feel fulfilled and abundant, regardless of the size of your bank account. The mind is the most powerful tool you have, capable of shaping your life in ways you can't even imagine. Every thought you think, every belief you hold, and every decision you make originates in your mind. Yet for many people, the mind feels more like a runaway train than a tool under their control. Thoughts race, doubts creep in, negativity takes root, and before you know it, your mind becomes a battleground rather than a sanctuary. The truth is, if you don't control your mind, it will control you and not always in your best interest. Controlling your mind starts with awareness. Most of us go through life on autopilot, reacting to situations without stopping to think about why we feel or act a certain way. But the first step to mastering your mind is recognizing your thought patterns. Are they primarily positive or negative? Do you tend to focus on possibilities or obstacles? Awareness allows you to identify where your mind is leading you astray so you can begin to course correct. One of the biggest obstacles to controlling the mind is negativity. Negative thoughts are like weeds in a garden, they grow quickly. If left unchecked, can choke out everything good. It's easy to get caught in a cycle of self-doubt, fear, or pessimism, especially when things aren't going your way. But the mind is incredibly pliable, and you have the power to train it to focus on the positive. This doesn't mean ignoring challenges or pretending everything is fine when it's not. It means choosing to look for solutions, opportunities, and lessons rather than dwelling on problems. One way to start shifting your mindset is through gratitude. When you actively practice gratitude by reflecting on what you're thankful for each day, you rewire your brain to notice the good in your life. Over time, this habit creates a more positive outlook, making it easier to face challenges with resilience and optimism. Gratitude isn't just about the big things, it's about appreciating the small moments, a kind word, a warm meal, or a beautiful sunset. These moments, when acknowledged, can transform your perspective and ground you in the present. Another important aspect of mastering your mind is learning to quiet it. In today's world, we're constantly bombarded with information, distractions, and noise. Our minds are always on, jumping from one thought to the next, often without rest. This constant mental activity can lead to stress, anxiety, and burning. To orient your mind to practices like meditation, mindfulness, or even deep breathing exercises can create space for clarity and focus. When your mind is quiet, you can think more clearly, make better decisions, and approach life with greater calm and confidence. Focus is another critical skill when it comes to controlling your mind. We live in a world that pulls our attention in 1,000 different directions, making it harder than ever to concentrate. But without focus, it's nearly impossible to achieve anything meaningful. Developing the ability to direct your mental and mental energy toward a specific goal or task is like sharpening a tool. It makes you more efficient, effective, and capable. One way to improve focus is by eliminating distractions, whether that means turning off notifications, setting boundaries around your time, or creating an environment that supports deep work. Your mindset also plays a huge role in how you handle setbacks and failures. People with a fixed mindset who believe their abilities and intelligence are set in stone off and give up when they encounter challenges. But those with a growth mindset will see obstacles as opportunities to learn and improve, are more likely to persevere and succeed. Controlling your mind means adopting a growth mindset where you embrace challenges as part of the journey and view failure as feedback rather than a dead end. It's also essential to pay attention to the information you consume. Your mind is like a sponge, absorbing everything you expose it to. If you're constantly feeding it negativity, whether it's through the news, social media, or toxic relationships, there's no surprise that your thoughts become negative too. On the other hand, when you surround yourself with positivity through uplifting books, inspiring people, and constructive content, you create an environment that supports growth and empowerment. Lastly, controlling your mind requires discipline. Discipline is the bridge between knowing what you should do and actually doing it. It's what helps you push through resistance, stay consistent, and keep moving forward, even when it's difficult. Discipline isn't always easy, but it's what separates those who achieve their goals from those who don't. By building small, consistent habits like starting your day with intention, setting clear goals, and prioritizing self-care, you can create the mental strength needed to stay in control. The mind is where everything begins. It's where dreams are born, plans are made, and actions are set into motion. But it can also be where fear takes root, doubt festers, and self-sabotage begins. Mastering your mind isn't about eliminating every negative thought or never feeling uncertain. It's about recognizing that you have the power to choose which thoughts you feed and which ones you let go. When you control your mind, you take control of your life. You're no longer a victim of circumstance, reacting to whatever comes your way. Instead, you become the architect of your future, designing the life that aligns with your values, goals, and dreams. It's not an easy journey, but it's the most worthwhile one you'll ever take. And the best part, it's a journey that starts right now with a single intentional thought. Ultimately, controlling your money is about more than just numbers on a spreadsheet. It's about creating a life that aligns with your values, goals, and dreams. It's about freeing yourself from the stress and limitations that come with poor financial habits. And most importantly, it's about recognizing that money is a tool, a means to an end, not the end itself. When you master your money, you gain more than just financial stability. You gain confidence, peace, and the ability to focus on what truly matters. You stop worrying about survival and start building a life of purpose and meaning. That's the power of taking control. And it's within your reach, no matter where you're starting from. Controlling your mouth is one of the most underestimated yet powerful skills you can master. The words you speak have an incredible impact, not only on others, but also on yourself. Words can inspire or destroy, build trust or create division, and shape how others perceive you as well as how you perceive yourself. Once spoken words cannot be taken back, which is why it's crucial to exercise control over what comes out of your mouth. Mastering this skill is not just about restraint. It's about using your voice intentionally to create the outcomes you want in life. The first step to controlling your mouth is understanding the power of words. Think back to a moment where someone said something that uplifted you, a compliment or encouragement, or a kind remark. Now think of a time when words cut you deeply, criticism, insults, or thoughtless comments. Those words likely stuck with you, shaping how you felt and possibly how you saw yourself. That's the power your words hold over others. They can either uplift or harm, and the choice is entirely yours. Being mindful of your speech starts with practicing the art of pausing. Too often we speak in the heat of the moment, driven by emotions like anger, frustration, or impatience. But words spoken impulsively are often the ones that cause the most damage. When you feel the urge to respond quickly, pause and take a moment to think. Ask yourself, is this necessary? Is it helpful? Will this add value or create harm? That pause, even if it's just a few seconds, can save you from saying something you'll later regret. Listening is another vital component of controlling your mouth. Most people are so focused on what they want to say next that they fail to truly hear the other person. But effective communication is a two-way street. When you listen more and speak less, you not only gain a deeper understanding of the other person's perspective, but you also build trust and connection. Listening doesn't mean you're waiting for your turn to speak. It means being fully present and genuinely interested in what the other person has to say. Another aspect of mastering your words is knowing when to stay silent. Silence is often more powerful than words, especially in situations where emotions run high. For example, during an argument, staying silent instead of escalating the situation can diffuse tension and creates for a more constructive conversation later. Silence can also be a sign of wisdom and strength. It shows that you're not reacting impulsively, but are instead choosing your responses thoughtfully. The tone of your voice is just as important as the words you choose. How you say something often matters more than what you say. A kind and respectful tone can soften even the most critical feedback, while a harsh or sarcastic tone can turn even a compliment into an insult. Pay attention to your tone and body language when you speak, as these nonverbal cues communicate just as much as your words. One of the most significant challenges in controlling your mouth is managing negative speech, complaining, gossiping, or criticizing. These habits not only hurt others, but also negatively affect your own mindset. Complaining focuses your attention on problems rather than solutions. Gossiping fosters distrust, and constant criticism creates a toxic environment. Breaking these habits requires conscious effort. Instead of complaining, practice gratitude. Instead of gossiping, focus on uplifting conversations. Instead of criticizing, offer constructive feedback with kindness. On the flip side, your words can be a powerful tool for positivity. Compliments, encouragement, expressions of gratitude can transform relationships and build goodwill. A simple thank you, I appreciate you, can go a long way in making someone feel valued. Encouraging words can inspire others to reach their potential, while compliments can brighten someone's day. When you choose to speak life into others, you create a ripple effect of positivity that often comes back to you. It's also important to consider how the words you speak to yourself impact your own mindset and self-esteem. The inner dialogue you have with yourself shapes how you view your ability, worth, and potential. If your self-talk is filled with doubt, criticism, or negativity, it will limit your growth and confidence. On the other hand, positive affirmations and self-encouragement can help you overcome challenges, build resilience, and achieve your goals. Controlling your mouth isn't just about what you say to others, it's about being mindful of how you speak to yourself. Mastering your words requires practice, discipline, and self-awareness. It's not about being perfect or never making a mistake. It's about striving to be intentional with your speech. Every word you speak has the power to create influence and shape the world around you. When you learn to control your mouth, you not only improve your relationships, but also gain a deeper sense of self-control and emotional intelligence. Ultimately, controlling your mouth is about taking responsibility for the energy you bring into the world. It's about choosing to speak words that heal rather than hurt, build rather than break, and inspire rather than discourage. Words are free, but their impact is priceless. When you learn to harness their power, you unlock a key to living a more purposeful, harmonious, and fulfilling life. Your mood is the invisible force that shapes how you experience life and how others experience you. It impacts your decisions, relationships, productivity, and even your health. A positive mood can open doors, while a negative one can close them just as quickly. But here's the thing, your mood doesn't have to be dictated by external circumstances. You can take control of it, learn to regulate it, and use it to create a life that feels more balanced and fulfilling. The first step in controlling your mood is understanding that it's not static. Your mood fluctuates based on countless factors: your thoughts, environment, interactions, and even your physical health. But the key realization is this: while you can't always control what happens to you, you can control how you respond to it. Your mood is a reflection of your internal response, not just the external situation. Recognizing this gives you the power to choose how you show up in any moment. Emotions are often at the core of your mood. When left unchecked, emotions can hijack your mood, leading to impulsive actions or prolonged negativity. Learning to identify and process your emotions is crucial for mood control. For example, if you're feeling frustrated or angry, take a moment to acknowledge it rather than suppressing it. Ask yourself what's causing the emotion and whether your reaction is proportional to the situation. Often, simply naming your emotion can reduce its intensity and help you regain control. Your environment plays a significant role in shaping your mood. Cluttered space and loud noise, or negative people can drain your energy and pull you into a bad mood without you even realizing it. On the other hand, a clean, organized space or a walk in nature can have a calming and uplifting effect. Pay attention to the environments you spend time in and how they make you feel. If an environment consistently affects your mood negatively, take steps to change it or limit your exposure to it. Physical health and mood are deeply interconnected. When you neglect your body, it's nearly impossible to maintain a positive mood. Sleep deprivation, poor nutrition, and lack of exercise can all lead to irritability, fatigue, and low energy. Conversely, taking care of your physical health, getting enough sleep, eating nutritious foods, and staying active provides a strong foundation for a stable and positive mood. Exercise in particular has been shown to release endorphins, which are natural mood boosters. Another powerful tool for controlling your mood is the practice of mindfulness. Mindfulness helps you stay present and focused, preventing your mind from dwelling on panicking or worrying about the future. When you're mindful, you can observe your thoughts and emotions without judgment, which allows you to respond intentionally rather than react impulsively. Simple mindfulness practices like deep breathing or meditation can help you calm your mind and shift your mood in moments of stress or anxiety. Gratitude is another mood-enhancing practice that's easy to incorporate into your daily life. When you take time to focus on what you're grateful for, you naturally shift your attention away from what's lacking or going wrong. Gratitude trains your brain to notice the good in your life, creating a sense of abundance and contentment. Even on tough days, finding just one thing to be thankful for can make a big difference in your mood. The people you surround yourself with also have a significant impact on your mood. Emotions are contagious, and spending time with positive, supportive people can elevate your mood and energize you. On the flip side, being around negative, critical, or toxic individuals can drain your energy and pull you into a negative state. Choose your circle wisely and set boundaries with people who consistently bring negativity into your life. Surround yourself with those who uplift and inspire you, and you'll notice a shift in your mood. It's also important to give yourself grace on days when your mood isn't at its best. Everyone has off days, and that's okay. The goal isn't to force yourself to feel happy all the time, but to cultivate resilience and self-awareness so you can bounce back more quickly. If you're feeling down, give yourself permission to rest, reflect, or seek support. Sometimes simply acknowledging that it's a rough day can take the pressure off and help you feel more at ease. Laughter is an often overlooked but incredibly effective way to improve your mood. Watching a funny movie, reading a humorous book, or simply spending time with people who make you laugh can be a quick and powerful way to shift your energy. Laughter reduces stress hormones, increases endorphins, and leaves you feeling lighter and more positive. Finally, remember that your mood is not who you are, it's just a state you're experiencing. When you separate your identity from your mood, you gain the freedom to shift it without judgment or guilt. Instead of saying, I'm a negative person, you can say, I'm feeling negative right now, but I have the power to change that. This mindset empowers you to take ownership of your emotions and create the emotional state you want. Taking control of your mood is a lifelong practice, but it's one of the most rewarding skills you can develop. When you master your mood, you gain the ability to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and resilience. You become less reactive, more intentional, and more aligned with the person you want to be. And perhaps most importantly, you create a life that feels more joyful, balanced, and meaningful, regardless of the challenges you face.